Today we're diving into one of the biggest, most controversial leaks around the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Apple reportedly ditching Qualcomm's modems and going all in on its own in-house connectivity hardware. If these leaks are accurate, Apple is not just tweaking specs. It's preparing to completely change how iPhones connect to the world, starting with custom Apple 5G, modems and next-gen wireless chips that replace decades of reliance on third-party solutions like Qualcomm, but is this a brave step forward? For performance, battery life, and privacy, or a risky move that could break the rock-solid connectivity iPhones are known for? Let's unpack everything you need to know. As always, remember, these are leaks and early reports, not confirmed details. Apple hasn't officially announced any of this yet, so take it all with a grain of salt. According to multiple industry sources, Apple is working on a full transition away from Qualcomm modems. Beginning with the iPhone 18 Pro Max, the plan is to use Apple design 5G modems and wireless chips for tighter control over every layer of the hardware and software. Stack. This is classic Apple strategy. We've already seen it with the A-series chips in iPhones, the M-series in Macs, and everything from the Neural Engine to custom controllers and AirPods. Now, the same playbook is being applied to connectivity. Own the modem, own the wireless chip, own the experience. At the center of this transition are Apple's rumored modem chips, the C1, its upgraded successor C1X, and the next-gen C2. The C1 modem is said to be Apple's first serious in-house 5G modem, quietly developed and tested behind the scenes. It reportedly focuses on three key areas: power efficiency, smarter network handling, and improved standby battery performance when your phone is constantly hunting for signal. The C1X supposedly builds on that groundwork, fine-tuning performance and ironing out early generation issues. Think of it as the second draft of Apple's 5G modem, still not mainstream, but a critical step towards something ready for a flagship like the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Where things really get interesting is with the rumored C2 modem. This is the chip leak suggests could debut in the iPhone 18 Pro Max and potentially other top-tier Apple devices around that time. C2 is expected to support advanced umwave 5G for ultra-fast speeds, handle sub-6 GHz 5G and 4G transitions more intelligently, deliver better signal stability in crowded urban environments, optimize power draw during heavy data use like 4K streaming, cloud gaming, and large downloads. In practical terms, that means faster 5G speeds on paper, but more importantly, better real-world performance, fewer random drops, smoother handoffs between cell towers, and less battery drain when your phone is constantly connected. By controlling the modem, Apple can tune iOS, the A or M series chips, and the radio hardware as one unified system. That's something it could never fully do with a third-party Qualcomm modem. The modem is only half the story. Leaks also point to Apple designing its own next-generation wireless chips, internally referred to as N1 and N2, to replace existing Wi-Fi and Bluetooth solutions from external suppliers. The N1 chip is rumored to have been Apple's first big leap, bringing in support for Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6, the next evolution beyond the current Bluetooth 5.x standards, and the Thread protocol for low-power smart home connectivity. The goals with N1 are clear: faster and more reliable UEFI for streaming, gaming, and downloads, more efficient Bluetooth for headphones, wearables, and accessories, better power management to extend battery life during wireless use, stronger and more stable connections across the Apple ecosystem. Thread support, in particular, is a big deal for Apple's smart home ambitions. It allows devices like HomePods, Apple TVs, and future HomeKit accessories to communicate with less power and more reliability. But the real star of the show in these leaks is the N2 chip. N2 is expected to refine Wi-Fi 7 performance with higher throughput and lower latency, improve range and stability, especially in congested networks like apartments and offices. Offer smoother multi-device connectivity, think multiple AirPods. Apple Watches and HomePods all working in sync further cut power consumption, helping the iPhone 18 Pro Max last longer on a single charge. Even on Wi-Fi all day together, Apple's custom C-Series modems and N-Series wireless chips point to one big objective: total control over how your iPhone connects cellular, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and smart home. This is where Apple's real advantage comes in. Deep vertical integration. When Apple controls the modem, the wireless chip, the main processor, and the operating system, it can optimize connectivity in ways Qualcomm-based phones simply can't match. Imagine iOS intelligently deciding when to lean on 5G, when to stick to 4G, and when to aggressively use Wi-Fi to save battery. Faster, smoother transitions between Wi-Fi and mobile data when you leave your house or walk into a building. Smarter hotspot features that manage speed, security, and power draw automatically. Seamless switching for FaceTime calls, gaming sessions, and video streaming as you move between networks. Because the same company designs all of it, Apple can push features like deeper integration with iCloud for faster backups and restores, more responsive AirDrop and local file transfers, better handoff performance when moving tasks between iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple Watch, all powered not just by software tricks, but by hardware designed to work with that software from day one. Battery life is one of the biggest pain points in modern phones. Especially with 5G, everyone wants faster speeds, but no one wants their battery dead at 3 p.m. Apple's leaked C1 and N1 chips reportedly place huge emphasis on power efficiency, especially during idle and background use. Rather than constantly brute forcing signal strength, these chips may use advanced algorithms to lower power when your phone is locked but still connected, predict when to ramp up antenna power and when to scale it back, wake radios more intelligently for push notifications, messaging, and updates. Future iterations like C2 and N2 are expected to build on this foundation, targeting even more aggressive power savings. From an ecosystem perspective, this is massive. If your iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple Watch are using tightly optimized Apple-designed radios, you could see faster and more reliable device discovery and pairing, more stable AirPlay, streaming to Apple TV and HomePod, smarter background syncing for photos, notes, and messages, better continuity features that just feel invisible and instant. The result? Not just a longer lasting phone, but a smoother, more unified experience across every Apple device you own. Privacy and security are another huge piece of the puzzle and a major SEO keyword in almost every Apple conversation. Apple privacy, Apple security, secure iPhone modem, secure connectivity. By bringing the modem and wireless chips in-house, Apple can bake security into the silicon at a much deeper level. Hardware level protections to block certain classes of radio-based attacks, tighter integration between the modem, secure enclave, and iOS security features, more control over how, when, and where your data travels over networks. Baseband modems have been a sensitive area in security research for years because they operate at a very low level, often outside the main OS. If the leaks are true, Apple wants to lock this layer down just as aggressively as it has locked down Face ID, Touch ID, and on-device encryption. For the end user, this could mean stronger defenses against eavesdropping and spoof cell towers, more privacy controls over what apps can do with network access, greater confidence that your data stays protected. Even at the hardware level, this is exactly the kind of story Apple likes to tell. We build our own modem and wireless chips so we can better protect your privacy and security. But it's not all upside, and this is where we have to be honest about what these leaks don't tell you. There are serious risks with Apple dropping Qualcomm and going all in on in-house modems. First, connectivity is unforgiving. People will tolerate minor UI bugs, They will not tolerate losing signal, drop calls, or flaky 5G on a $1,000 plus flagship like the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Qualcomm has decades of experience building robust, field-tested modem solutions across countless carriers and countries. Replacing that overnight is not trivial.